How to use everyone as you pushed out to your advantage to get rid of a 3P. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Jen and I am your manifestation bestie, where I teach all things law of assumption when it comes to manifesting your dream body and your dream life. If that sounds good to you, click that subscribe button. Also be sure to grab my top 7 guided meditation hypnosis bundle pack, where I am going to help you manifest anything and everything that you desire. It's literally 20 bucks and they are fire. So go ahead and click the link in the description below and grab your copy today. Let's get your SP, your money, whatever you want for the holidays. Okay. All right. So how do you use everyone as you pushed out to your advantage to get rid of a third party? I know a little something about it because I've done it, honey. Okay. So I'm going to tell you how to do it too. Okay, so in case you're new to the manifestation world, everyone as you pushed out implies that everyone is only showing up in your reality based on your assumptions of them. So if you, like example would be, every society has conditioned us to believe that teenagers are what? Brats, right? They're bitchy, they're bitchy, they're rude. All those, we have all of these assumptions of teenagers. So because you have those assumptions of teenagers, your teenager has to show up exactly how you assume they behave, how you assume they act, how you assume they talk, and so forth. They're showing up only based on that assumption, but you can change that. Okay, same with your SP. He is only showing up or not showing up based on your assumptions of him. So if you assume that he is ghosting you, he's ignoring you, he's blocking you, he has to do that because he's showing up based on your assumptions of him. Okay, this goes to everybody who's in your life. I teach this to, when I do business coaching with my clients, I teach this to them, where I said, no. If you had a sales call, they're ghosting you. No. They're just busy right now. Only you can assign meaning to everything. So decide now. Oh, they're calling me back. They want to work with me. It works every freaking time. Okay. So that is everyone as you pushed out. It's been distorted over time where people are under some impression that everyone is showing up based on, uh, everyone is showing up based on yourself. And that is not true, because if that's the case, everyone would treat you the exact same, and they don't. Okay. So we want to be careful what we're out here assuming in the streets when it comes to how you expect people to show up in your reality, right? Instead, you're giving your power away and just letting them show up however they want to show up, but they're only showing up based on your assumptions of them. Okay. And so you have to realize that this applies to people actively in your life. It also applies to people who are not actively in your life. Okay. So be careful what you want. Basically, you want to only assume what you want them to behave and act like when it comes to you. Okay. So how do you get rid of a 3P and use everyone as you pushed out to your advantage? I'm so glad you asked, because I did this because I'm always trying new things and I'm impatient. And I was like, oh no, I'm all done waiting. I'm all done waiting, because we don't wait around here in manifesting. We do. Okay. We assume and we get. That's how that works. Okay. That's literally my entire personality, where I'm like, no. I get what I want and I get it when I want it. And I want my man back. So I'm gonna go ahead and get my man back. And there's a 3P involved. And in case you don't know what a 3P is, that is a third party, which is implying that he's either talking or with someone else. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. We are no longer accepting any of that. So we're going to band together and use everyone as you pushed out to your advantage. So I used to go around. If you are new to my channel and you haven't followed my story on how I manifested my SP back from no contact to fully living with me in a matter of 4 weeks, watch that video, because I tell you exactly how to do it so you can do it too. And so but long story short, there was a 3P. She was living with him. He lived 1 building away from me. So trust me, if I can ignore my 3D reality and I can go my mind palace, you can do it too. Okay, because I don't think your SP lives 1 building away from you with a 3P. Okay, so and that was at the time. Now he's living with me, baby. So don't matter. But anyway, I would go around, and his balcony was right at the pool. Okay. So I had to see him when I would go on my walks. I had to walk right by his balcony. and I like to tan a lot, so I would go. Well, I would do it because I wanted him to see every day what he was missing out on. You know what I mean? Because I'm petty like that, and I don't really give a shit. So, and it worked. So anyway, I would go around and I would robotically affirm the 3P away, right? And I would say, he can't stand her. He's disgusted by her. He wants nothing to do with her. He can't stand her. He's disgusted by her. He wants nothing to do with her, right? And I started saying that, and so then I peppered in a fourth one, and I decided, hmm, if everyone is you, if everyone is you pushed out, how can I leverage this and use this to my advantage? Because they can only show up in my reality based on my assumptions of them. That applies the 3P too, by the way, in case you're not catching what I'm putting down. Okay. So what I did is I added a fourth affirmation, and I said, he can't stand her. He's disgusted by her. He wants nothing to do with her. They argue all day, every day. See what I'm saying? So, because I also created the assumption that he's easy for me to manifest, I promise you that when I started affirming, they argue all day, every day, within an hour, I could hear them arguing. Within an hour, I could hear them arguing. That's how quickly everyone as you pushed out works. Okay. And so then I was at the pool and I was like, I'm a master at this shit. And I was like, keep going, keep going, keep going. Right. And so when I would go lay out at the pool, I could literally hear them arguing all day long. And when I would go for my evening walks, like sometimes I can't sleep, judge me not. And so I would go out at 2 a.m. and I could hear them arguing at 2 a.m., like literally. And then I go for my walks at 7 a.m., arguing at 7 a.m. all day long. Like, and so I was like, this is great. This is great. It's going exactly how I assume it is. So then I was like, let's take it up a notch. Okay. And so I was like, what do I want to assume about the 3P to use it to my advantage? Because remember, she can only show up in my reality based on my assumptions of her too. So what do I want to assume? She's crazy. She's absolutely crazy. Oh, she's crazy. She's absolutely crazy. I did not have to robotically affirm she was crazy, by the way. Okay. I would just say it randomly throughout the day. I just be like, she's so crazy. She's absolutely crazy. And then I would start telling my friends, because remember, what you think about and what you speak about, you bring about, right? And oftentimes, what you speak about is not what you speak to people, what you talk about, you're not necessarily dwelling on in your thoughts, okay? You're not necessarily going down and thinking about it all the time. This is why it's important to pay attention to what you're saying, okay? So I started telling my friends, my neighbors, and everyone that she was crazy. She was crazy. So I talked to my boyfriend a week later, and he was like, she is so effing crazy. He's like, she's so fucking crazy. Like, I can't get rid of her. Like, she's crazy. And so I was like, she had to show up based on my assumptions of her. So as long as I assumed she was crazy, she had to play her part in my movie. So, for what did we learn? What did we learn here? I'm going to tell you what you learned. What you learned is you are going to start describing the 3P in a way that benefits you, not him, in a way that benefits you. So no one compares to me. No one compares to me. She's crazy. No one compares to me. That is exactly how you're going to describe the 3P, how you want and expect them to show up in your reality. So use it to your advantage, because right now you're playing scenarios that is designed to keep them together. He doesn't want me, he wants her. Oh, they look so they're probably so happy together. She's doing this for him. No, absolutely not. You are no longer, from this point forward, you are no longer going to describe the 3P in a way that doesn't benefit you and your relationship. Okay. If it doesn't benefit you and your relationship, no longer, no longer. They're disgusting. They're crazy. Whatever you want that person to become in your reality is how you're going to describe them. Okay. We use this to our advantage and to our benefit, not for bad. Okay. We don't ever want to wish harm on anyone, right? Like, we don't want that. Trust me, we don't want that. Okay. I unintentionally did that one time, which is why we have to pay attention to the words coming out of our mouth. Okay. So we don't ever want to use this for bad. Instead, we just want to use it for our benefit. Okay. In describing the 3P in a way that benefits you and your relationship, because they will show up that way in your reality. They're also going to show up that way to your man or your girl. Okay. And that's how you're going to speed that bad boy up. Okay. So if you're having a hard time getting rid of the 3P, this is what you're going to do. Okay. Trust me, it works. It works. It works. It works. I still have that assumption of her to this day. And guess what? She ain't changed. She ain't changed. I got my man. I got my man. We're living together. We're happy. We're great. And she's still crazy, because that is still my assumption of her. So use that to your advantage. All right. All right. I hope you found this helpful, because I really want you all to get your man or your woman, and I want you to get rid of the third party, because how's somebody going to take your man in your world? Hmm? How are you going to come? How are you going to let someone come in your reality and take your man from you? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. So now, instead, you're going to start describing them in a way that you want, and you're going to get your man back. You're going to take control. You're going to be the boss, and you're going to sit there and start describing the 3P exactly how you expect her to show up in your reality, and you're going to go ahead and get your man back. That's what you're going to do, and you're going to do that now. Okay? And watch how quickly it works. Okay? So I want you to save this video and come back to this video and drop a comment once you've gotten rid of the 3P, so that everybody can be inspired to know that they can do it too. Because so many of you you have such a victim mentality, where it's like you're letting everything happen to you. No, it's time to make things happen for you. Okay. And we're going to do that right now. We're going to do it together. Okay, we're going to do it together, because I intend that the 3P is going to show up in your reality exactly how you want them to, and they're going to leave your reality exactly how you want them to. That's my intention for you. Okay? I hope you found this video helpful. Be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.